Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Use It or Lose It. Now, if you were here for the first episode, you may have noticed that I spelled lose wrong. So thank you to Marie for pointing that out. I'm really embarrassed. I majored in English and I still can't spell. But what we do in this segment is I just pick a bunch of random stuff that I've had in my drawers for a while and we put it on my face. And then at the end, we decide if we want to keep it or if we want to declutter it. And it's just a way of kind of like helping me remember what's in my collection. I have a massive makeup collection and I'm going to be doing a giant declutter at the end of the year. And I just want to know, I want to know if these are products I want to keep, if they're products I want to continue to try out before we get to the end of year declutter, or if it's time to just say goodbye now because they're just not worth our time. So thank you for joining. Oh, my name is Lauren if you're new here, and if you're not new, you're the best for coming back. Thank you. We're just gonna get into it. I have a bunch of great stuff in here. A lot of my hair, of course. Speaking of hair, I'm gonna pull this back before we get into it, and let's just start putting stuff on my face. So the first thing that I think I wanna try and remind myself of my feelings about it is this palette by Unicorn Cosmetics. Now, this is the Wicked palette, and Unicorn Cosmetics is actually a UK brand. So I had this baby shipped to me from the UK, and people had a lot to say about this split pans. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool and unique. We did have a little bit of a mess getting it over here from the UK, but that's okay. No biggie. And yeah, I know I've used this palette a couple times and I feel like each time I used it, I was kind of just like, meh, I wasn't like super excited about it. But I saw this palette and I'm like, that's such a good Halloween palette if it performs well. So let's pull it out. Let's do something maybe a little darker, a little sultrier, we'll see. And let's see how these perform. My kitty is here, so if you hear him clawing, he is just saying hello. And yeah, let's, I'm excited. I thought it was fun. I'm a sucker for embossing, which you know I'm a sucker for that embossing. And I liked the concept. I thought it was cool. Oh, kitty's officially here. Okay, I'm gonna put you down though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by using a primer that I know and love so that we can kind of give the eyeshadows, a leg up. But I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with the ABH eye primer. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So I don't really have an idea of what I wanna do, but I know I wanna use this purple because if the purple's bad, then the palette's probably not gonna stay. But I think what I wanna do is I'm gonna go into Corpse, this yellow goldenrod color up there, and I'm gonna put that all over my very, very upper lid. And we're gonna start from there. And one thing I learned from doing looks on camera is that I like doing one eye at a time, because if you prime both eyes at the same time, the primer on one eye is just gonna dry down too fast and it's not gonna be great. So yeah, that's why I do one eye at a time now. I feel like it's been so long since I've watched other beauty content, since now that I actually film beauty content, I don't consume as much of it as I used to. So I'm trying to remember, do people normally do one eye at a time? I don't know. Okay, that actually went on really well. One thing that I swear happened with this palette is that I didn't love the shimmers. And shimmers are life, so we're gonna see. Okay, next we're gonna go into Wicked. We're gonna put that right under the yellow and just hope for the best. It's like an electric purple. It is pretty. Kind of shows up as more blue actually on the eye. It's interesting. Kitty's here. He's celebrating Halloween with me. Well, he's celebrating the Halloween decorations. He is just positive that the plants are alive and that we put them out there for him. Luckily, the plants are fake, so no worries. So it's okay. It's not quite as vibrant as it looks in the pan, so we're kind of just going over it. It's a little patchy. Just a little. It's not bad, but it's a little patchy. Okay, I think this might be the best we're gonna get with this one. I just feel like it's such a pretty purple in the pan, and it's just, you know, I love purples, so I have quite a collection of purples, and I just feel like this one's not as vibrant. It's not bad. It's not quite as vibrant though as I would like. We need to get into the shimmers to see how I feel about them. So we're gonna go into Host, this pretty color right here, and I'm going to put it kind of around the inner corner and outer corner of my eye. Ah. Come on, little guy. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was a little worried about. It's not really going on. There's not a whole lot of color there. See, again, it's so rich in the pan. It's so metallic in the pan. That's what I want to see on my eye. I don't really want to see... I'm not sure what look I was going for here. It's kind of like a flag. It's very flaggy. Okay, I'm not going to put it on the inner corner of my eye because it doesn't want to go on my eye kind of at all. Even with my finger, it's not picking up quite enough. So I think in the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to go ahead and go in with, let's do Summon. Let's do the silver color right here and see how that works. And yeah, I'm going to go in with my finger with this one too. Yeah, it's not picking up a lot. So just so you can kind of see what it looks like on my fingers, it's just substantially lighter than it looks in the pan. Okay, maybe I'll dip into Holy right there and see what we get with that one. Okay. I think I'm gonna go into Reaper, and I'm gonna put that in the outer corners and kind of fluff it out a little bit and see if that adds some dimension. Because right now I've done some sort of flag on my face. The mattes actually, I'm more impressed with the mattes than the shimmers. Like, even though I'm a little disappointed in the Wicked color, the purple one, because it's not as pigmented as I like, they lay down better than the shimmers do. Like, actually that Reaper color is really nice. And don't worry, we can clean up at the end. A little mess is not a big deal. Okay, let's go into Sage because it's a very pretty green. Let's put it underneath the waterline and see what that looks like. Yeah, once again, like, mattes are performing far better than those shimmers. Those shimmers were a little disappointing. Okay, the mattes actually, I mean, again, Wicked was a little disappointing that purple was not as pigmented as I wanted. But overall, the mattes performed much better than the shimmers. Those shimmers are kind of weak. Shimmers are lacking depth and pigmentation. And they don't pick up well on the brush or your finger, which means it's probably the shadow and not your tool. But I think what I'm gonna do is, now that we've tried it out on one eye, is I'm gonna go ahead, do the other eye real fast, and then we can move on to the next product we're gonna be trying out. Okay, so that was an interesting experience. We're gonna think about it. We're gonna come back to it at the end and decide what we wanna do with that palette. But next, let's see, I have an eyeliner from Kokie Cosmetics. Now, I'm pretty sure I got this in one of my Ipsy bags back in the day when I was getting Ipsy. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but I think I haven't gotten Ipsy in like maybe a year. So I wanted to try out this liquid liner and see what it's like. Now, I don't know how people apply liquid liner on camera. It's a talent. So I'm gonna do this real fast, and it's not gonna be on camera because it's gonna be messy. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply this and then let you know what my thoughts are. Okay, that liner went on really smooth. I really liked that so far. We'll see if there's any transference or anything. Okay, mascara. I have this little guy by Hourglass. This is the Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. And this has been like hidden in my drawer. Kind of got pushed to the back. And I gotta say something for Hourglass. I do love their packaging. But is it a good mascara? That's what we want to know. Oh, okay. I actually like this. This mascara, I mean, my #1 mascara of all times is my MAC Stack. And it gives a lot of lift. It gives a lot of color. And that's kind of like my holy grail mascara these days. I know you're probably like, I'm tired of hearing about the MAC Stack, but it's so good. Okay, well this mascara did actually a really good job lifting and giving volume and color, not to the degree that my MAC Stack does. Nothing compares to that, but this is not bad. It's not bad. I just have a regular old eyeliner, nothing new. I'm using the Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put that on real fast to kind of finish up the eye look. And eyes are done, woo! Okay, moving on to the face. Now, we are gonna be trying out a foundation that I know I've used before, but I have no memory of. So in order just to ensure that it's, again, we're really giving it a leg up, I've already primed my face with the Bobbi Brown Moisturizing Face Base. This is my holy grail of primers. It's so good, it's so good. So, for foundation, this guy separates. This is one of those ones that separates and it grosses me out when I see it. I know it's like normal, especially in like some heavier foundations. Separation is normal, you just mix it up, but it grosses me out to see that. But what we're working with today is we're gonna use the Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. And I have mine in the color Too Fair. And again, I know that I have used this. Oof, that's a little watery. But I have no memory of it at all. Oh my God, it smells. Okay, so one thing I have noticed about Lorac products, especially their liquid products, is good God, they smell terrible. And I don't know if it's expired or what is going on, but I don't know. Has anyone else used a Lorac foundation? Like, do they all smell like this? Because the same thing happened with my concealer that I have from them, and it started smelling really fast, like right after I got it. So I was like, I don't know. Oh God, that's rough. Woo! I'm hoping that it doesn't stay smelling like that for very long. I feel like this is definitely my winter color. It's very light, which is fine because it's almost winter. Okay. That actually went on really well. Oh my God. Why does it smell like that? Is it bad? Okay, I think I need to email The Rock. There's no way it's supposed to smell like that. There's no way, right? It's not like it's clean beauty. So, I mean, they have preservatives in there, which would mean that it shouldn't smell unless it's gone bad, unless it's always smelled like that. I actually really like how that went on. That had a really smooth application, and actually did a really good job covering up like my pores, my T-zone area, my pink points over there. Yeah, it's not bad. We're gonna move on from that. Hopefully the smell dissipates. We'll see. Next, we have a concealer. We have the Lancome Tinted Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. And I have mine in the color, oh my God, it has 2 colors on there. Why is there 2 colors on there? Do you see that? So it's got the color 90 Ivory and the color 10 Beige. So I think it's one of those colors or both of those colors. Now, from what I remember of this one, because I've definitely used it, is it is thick. So it comes out thick. It's not liquidy at all. And I tend not to like super thick concealers. But we're gonna see. I'm gonna kind of lay it out with my finger and then blend this guy out with my beauty blender. Woo! It's a thick lady. And that looks, looks like it's not my color. I think it might be a little too pale even for me. I feel like I'm giving Black Swan vibes. Is that reference too old? Do people still know what Black Swan is? Such a good movie. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do it on my other eye. You definitely don't need a lot. I'm gonna put some, got a fun little pimple here that doesn't wanna go away. Oh my God, you definitely don't need a lot. Do not put a lot. I put too much. I didn't think I was putting too much, but that's too much. Well, if I wanted to be a ghost for Halloween, I think I picked the right colors. Oh my God, that's so pale. That's so pale. I don't know what's happening to my face today. This is what happens when we try out old makeup though. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. I'm gonna set my face with my beloved Dior Backstage powder. I have it in 1 neutral. And I trust this guy, so we're gonna see how it performs with everything else. Okay, so I think the concealer is already cracking. It's already settling into my lines. Part of that I think is because it's so thick. Oof, okay, we're gonna move on. We don't want to talk about that anymore. Okay, so I have a bronzer I want to try. I have a blush. I have a highlighter I want to try. So we're gonna go in with the bronzer first. This is gonna be interesting because I have the Kaja stamp bronzer. What is this called? What is this called? I don't know what this is called. It's called a Beachy stamp. And I have mine in the color 1 Shady. And it's a little star, super cute, like just pops out. And then what you do, if you can, is you go ahead and you stamp it in and then you put it on your face. Okay, looks like it's still alive and kicking. And I don't understand if they think the stamp is good enough to blend it out or if they're just expecting you to pick up your beauty blender and use that. And I will say, using the beauty blender means a lot of the product goes missing. that was the Kaja Beachy stamp thing. Now let's go ahead and move on to, I'm worried for this blush because I feel like with the amount of product that I have on my face, because I can feel that foundation. I don't know how this is gonna do, but this is the Olio e Osso. I think that's how you say it. And this is their stick blush. And I have mine in the color, I'm assuming it's the one on front, so Balm number 2. We're gonna say that's the name of it. And I don't know if I've actually ever used this one. Oh, it's very sheer. Okay. Oh, it smells good. It smells really good, actually. So, I mean, I see it on there. Let's put it on both sides. It's very sticky. Okay, you really have to layer it on, and now I'm gonna go back with the Beauty Blender. It's very sheer. This is a very, very sheer color. Try not to touch it too much. Okay. Looks gross now because it definitely picked up some product, so yeah. Okay, next. Okay, it doesn't feel sticky. I feel like it's a little sticky. It's a little sticky. But next I'm gonna go into the highlighter that I pulled out. Now this is another product by Hourglass, and this is their Vanish, is it like an ambient highlighter? I feel like they call everything ambient. But it's the Rose Gold Flash Highlighter. And just so you get an idea of what it looks like. There's what it looks like underneath the very sheer blush. So it's pretty, it looks pretty, but I don't remember if I like it. I remember it was expensive though, it's Hourglass. So we're gonna go ahead and just tap that on. That's really pretty. Okay, Hourglass. Better be pretty or expensive. I don't remember how much this guy was, but I want to say like $40 for this. Okay. Okay, so I did do my brows earlier because I didn't have any brow products I wanted to try. I really wanted to focus on the face, but I do have a lip gloss that I pulled out of my Pumpkin of Doom. And he's just called that because he's full of lip glosses I need to try. He's cute. But I have this lip gloss from Ofra. It's Long Lasting Liquid Lip Gloss, lipstick. It's a lipstick, okay? And it's in the color Story. And it's a very pretty pink. Let's do like a little bit of a swatch. I've never used it. It smells okay. It actually smells good. So that is what that color looks like. And yeah, we're just gonna put it on my lips. It's a pretty pink. It does feel pretty drying on the lips. Not overly drying. It smells like a cookie. It smells really good. Okay, then we're gonna let it dry down for a second. I don't know if it's supposed to be transfer proof. I don't think so. It doesn't say anything. I mean, it says long lasting, so you think it'd be a little bit transfer proof. Let's see. A little bit of transfer. And I think that's it. I'm gonna go wash my hands because they feel gross. And then we are going to go ahead and review all the new products we tried. We're gonna decide if we wanna keep them or if we wanna leave them behind. Okay, the journey was long, but we've made it. Overall, I don't hate the final look actually. It's kind of fun, it's very vampy. Well, it's vampy for me. Again, being a pretty fair person, when I wear a lot of dark, heavy makeup, it ages me so badly. So that's why I normally don't do like a smoky eye or anything like that, because it just adds on like 5 years to my face. It's kind of extreme. Some people can pull it off, and it's a little harder for me to pull it off without judging myself every couple of minutes. So this look, I don't hate the final look, but let's talk about the products that we used and let's decide if we want to keep them or leave them. Let's start with the Unicorn Cosmetics Wicked Palette. I think you know what I'm gonna say. I wanted to love this product. First off, it's from the UK, you know, took a while to get here. I really wanted it. I actually have a bunch of sponges from Unicorn Cosmetics and they're great, but this palette is not great. The mattes are okay. The goldenrod color, the corpse color up there was really pretty, but Wicked was just not quite as vibrant as it looks in the pan. I would have liked a little more pigment in it. And the shimmers are a huge bust. The shimmers just are very, very stiff. They don't really come up on a brush. It's difficult to put them on a finger and apply them. And even when you do get them on your eye, they're pretty sheer. So this color Host would have been so gorgeous if it looked like that on the eye, but it really doesn't. It's just lacking that vibrancy. So we are going to declutter this one. I was not a fan. Next product that we tried and reminded ourselves of our feelings is the Kokie Longwear Liquid Eyeliner. I really liked how this applied. I really liked the formula. It's very black and pigmented, which is what I like in a formula. I don't care if it's matte or if it's shiny, that doesn't really matter. But as long as it's not sheer and as long as it's able to go on well over eyeshadow, because there's some eyeliners that just do not work over eyeshadow, but I liked this one. So I'm gonna continue to wear it today and see how it performs throughout the day. If it smudges or anything, then we may have to revisit this guy. But for now, we're gonna keep him. Next product that needed a refresher was the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. Not as extreme as my MAC stack, but really liked the final outcome. Plus, I think I can pan this guy before the end of the year. I probably wouldn't buy a full size because knowing Hourglass, it's probably like $5,000. And I don't want to spend that on a mascara, not when I have my MAC stack. But I do like this one. I will enjoy using it until I use it a lot. So keep. The Lorac Pro Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. I am going to email Lorac and I'm going to ask them about the smell. And I'm going to be like, okay, is it supposed to smell like that? Regardless, I am going to toss this one because I liked how it looked at first, but it feels heavy. It feels thick on my face, which is just not my favorite kind of foundation. I typically don't like full coverage foundation, and this one I think is definitely a more full coverage. The other part that I have an issue with full coverage is it tends to just seep into any lines or crannies on your face, and as someone in their mid-30s, I have those on my face. Like, it's totally normal, but I don't want to accent them. And at first I feel like it did a good job covering stuff up. Like, I still think it did a good job covering up my pores, but I also feel like it looks a little cakey. It's just a little bit too heavy for my liking. And that smells atrocious. So again, I'm still going to email Lorac and be like, hey, is this smell normal or does that mean it's gone off? Just to get an idea of if it's bad. But either way, we are going to get rid of this one. Same with the Lancome Teint Idôle Ultra Wear Camouflage Concealer. Far too heavy for my liking. It definitely accented under my eyes, all those lines. And I don't want that. I don't want that. So we're gonna toss this one as well. The rest of the face products. The Kaja Stamp Bronzer is ridiculous. Like, this is a gimmick and it's cute, and it would be cute if the star actually looked like a star. But why would you stamp bronzer on as a star? Like, it's just not, like, what's the point? It's not gonna, it seems like it wouldn't dry like that anyway. It seems like too wet a formula to dry down and be like a stamp shape. And when I was using my beauty blender on it, because you can't really use the stamp to like smooth it out, you know? When I was using my beauty blender, it definitely took away quite a bit of the color. Plus it is a bit too warm tone for me. I like a cool tone bronzer. I do. It just looks better on me. So overall, this is not a winner. I don't think we're going to be keeping this one in my drawer anymore. The Olio e Esso. I'm not sure how you say it. Is it French? Of course it would be French. Oh, it says Dublin. What? Okay, and it says Portland, Oregon. Okay, well, either way, the stick blush, it's very, very sheer. This is not a color that would work on darker skin, but I actually really like it. I like that it's that sheer. I feel like it's something that I could wear kind of like day to day, and it dried down really well. So it's not sticky on the face. When I was first applying it, I thought it was a little sticky. Nope, no sticky, especially after using the Beauty Blender on it. I like it, so we're gonna keep it. The Hourglass, whatever this is called, highlighter in Rose Gold Flash. I like it a lot. I really do like it. So this is a very pretty highlighter. I just love Hourglass's packaging. It's definitely very luxurious. So we will be keeping this one as well. Okay, so the Ofra, let's see, Long Lasting Lip Gloss in Story. I actually really like the color of this. It's a very pretty petal pink. And yeah, it's dried down now, and it doesn't feel over drying. So again, I'm gonna continue to wear this one throughout the day to see my overall thoughts on it, because it might be in a couple hours that I get mummy lips, you know, and I'm like, absolutely not. But for now, we're gonna keep it because I do like this color. So overall, for the products that we were trying and testing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here that we will be decluttering because they just did not work out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 products that we will be keeping that we were pretty happy with, or we need to do some retesting with. You know, like some of these just need a little more wear time to finalize my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really like pulling out some of my older products and using them on camera because I want to get use out of everything in my collection. You know, having a big collection doesn't mean things should be neglected. And if they are being neglected, it could be that I don't want them anymore. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.